Greetings, everyone. Welcome to today's session of Monday Munching and Musing with Women for Water. This session is conducted with support of Water Resource Council of the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry and in collaboration with W4W Foundation and media partner Counterview. My name is Anubhuti Shekhar and I am the National Youth Representative Community of Wiki Water Resource Council. I am joined by Dr. Mansi Bal Bhargava, who is currently holding the position of National President of Wiki Water Resource Council. Welcome, Mansi. We are glad to start the conversation, namely Monday Munching and Musing with Women for Water, which we colloquially refer to as Blue Lips. The conversation is aimed to share the worries and the wisdom by the women for the women of the women in the water sector. In here, we hope to learn about the water endeavors of the women in a regular disciplined manner like a masterclass. Today in this session, we are here to listen and know more about Suphiya Khan. Dr. Suphiya is an associate professor and founder of spin-out company Drumplin Water Technologies Private Limited at Banasthali University. She is a recipient of many national and international awards, including the National Academy of Science Reliance Platinum Jubilee Award 2021, Transforming Indian Award 2019 by Niti Aayog, Chevening Research Science and Innovation Policy Fellowship from University of Oxford, Young Scientist Award, and much more. Having demonstrated excellent leadership skills in managing scientific, innovative, multidisciplinary, low-cost renewable energy-driven societal and institutional projects in water research and innovation. She is a passionate teacher with 17 years of teaching experience in undergraduate and postgraduate classes, more than 87 research publications, 5 books, and 7 patents to her credit. Her vision is translating her research into affordable water purification technologies and products. Welcome, Suphiya, ma'am. We are so happy to have you on this session. To start with this conversation, I would like to ask you, how did you decide to step into the water sector? And what are your current engagement in the water sector right
now? Thank you so much for your nice introduction, Anubhuti. And the main motivation to be in the water, that I belong to a place which is the Banasthali University, which is the world largest residential university, and it is situated in the fluoride endemic zone. And as it is belong in the Rajasthan, the water is a very big issue over here. So automatically, I have seen the pain of the water scarcity, as well as the problem of the fluoride is so endemic in this region. So it's my calling in 2010 when I took as a research question that one day I could solve this problem with my own research and the innovation. And that is the only reason that I am in the water. Although I started my career in the molecular biology, DNA fingerprinting, and I have established my lab in these areas of the sciences, but to tackle the problem of the fluoride and the water scarcity, I have been stepped down into the 2014 and running the different, when I got the Center for Excellence Water Energy at my own center, Banasthali University, and currently we are also, Dr. R.K. Srivastava sir is my partner with us, and we are running the DST Water Innovation Center, and it's a multidisciplinary project. So in this way, I am in the water, and mainly currently, like my specialization in the niche area is the like the remediation of the fluoride and the low-cost solutions to the rural community, and creating an affordable water solutions with all my inventions. So innovative water solutions with all sustainability aspects. That's my key area of the research. So today I would like to share my own journey from where I have started and how, because most of the people who are from the sciences and doing from the basic sciences to the applied sciences and developing the different commercial technologies. So my talk will be my own journey and do's and don'ts during this journey, that most people would like to know about, that when they started their journey, so how they could commercialize their technologies and what steps we could do in the early stages of our career. So I would like to share my own PPT. And if you have any question, you can ask.
Mansi ma'am, how do we go about it?
Yeah, so maybe you ask your initial questions. Hi, Suphiya, good to have you here. And then we can take on her presentations, and then I will ask my question. Okay? Yeah. So she has more questions, and then maybe we invite you to have your presentation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Suphiya ma'am. Like you mentioned about coming from the science background and then stepping into the water sector, we would love to know that how did you, like, first you decided to come into the water sector, which must be like a difficult thing to do, because when you must have joined, there must not be a lot of opportunities in the water sector. So was there any difficulty or any kind of difficult or rewarding points that you got in this journey, which you would like to share with us? That how did you manage all those difficulties? How did you find sort of balance in the work and life balance? How did you manage all these things? Just to give a brief overview of.
Yeah, so when I started my journey, so I did my PhD with my two small kids. For being at the for a woman to be career, two things are running in our lives are like very parallel. Like when we are on our career peaks and our biological, like our family demands and all the things are also on the topmost. So in my journey, what I find that two stages of for a female is very, very crucial when they enter into the first into the marriages and when they have small kids, and the second when their kids are in the 11th and 12th. These two things and two steps at the family front is very problematic. So I have solved this problem. Like when I did my PhD with two small kids, when I find so much of problem, I used to write to the DST and talk with my all mentors and the senior scientist people that they should devise some policy and design policy for women who have a break in career. Now I'm very happy that all like whatever the suggestions we have given to them, all the policies are now placed, and the DST has also placed that WSA scheme, B scheme, and the C schemes now these days. Though, so for like to carry forward to fill the gap of the for the women, most of the policies are now being placed. And the second most hurdle, what I find in technical portion, like when you are juggling with your teaching and with your research, and at that point, like you have to work hard a lot apart from your teaching like 18 to 20 work hours load, and you have to decide being as a female in which career path you have to move. So at that time in 2009-10, you are right that there was no such like things like a woman for the water. There are lots of opportunities in the water sector, especially in the science and the innovation part. But after I have started with the small grants. So for all the women who are in the sciences, I'm my only one suggestion is that wherever you are, you must take you must come out from your comfort zone and start taking little steps, and then people will follow along your way. There is no like single solution for anything else. If you come forward, then automatically some people will join in your journey. So we have started, and in year first I have run the UGC project, and luckily in 2014 we got the Center for Excellence Water and Energy, and at that stage 2013-14 the government is like opening lots of the grant proposal in the water sector. And after some time I have seen the very steep growth, that most of the technologies, policy, and people are very aware about the water. And now these days there is no problem and dearth of the funds, especially relates to the water sector. The problem is this: when you are in the sciences, you have done the basic research and then applied research. So more
I think we lost her connection.
to fill the gaps at your academic career. So no, now these days, there are some policies in the tier 2, tier 3 universities also for all the commercialization. And in our and in India now these days for the innovation system, they're like innovation whole ecosystem is maturing now. I'm seeing that now all the people like us, if you are telling all the problems that we are facing, Now these policy persons or the females who are like my co-workers and co-colleagues are, we are together with it. And we are trying to make a very good policies. We are giving lots of like suggestions to the like ministries and all these things. So now these days, a very good innovation policies are now being placed. In these ways, things are moving forward, and the future is too good for the females and for the women who are in the sciences, who are in the water, because I have seen a lot of steep increases at every sphere, not in the sciences, but in the art sides too. And people are now being doing the things in a multidisciplinary spirits. Suppose I am from the sciences and Mansi is from the like art sides. So we are collaborating because we are working in a silos, and you cannot do good things without being collaborated with each other. So what is the need of the today? That we need science and arts go together with each other to give a very strong impact. So all the multidisciplinary projects are now being like on the places, and the national education policy that we are going to place is also very, very like it gives a very strong impact, I can say, because it helps the multidisciplinary aspect, or it develops the multidisciplinary skills among the students also. So in this manner, like my whole journey, I have seen that there are struggles, but there are ways. If you come forward and if you take little steps, you will find your own ways to do that. And last but not the least, you should not give up. You should not give up. Your goal should be specified, and we need to find the different ways. Actually, we need to different our strategies if something is not working. If something is not working, so all the females, my suggestion to each and everyone, that we should ask the deep question to ourselves. So what is our deep calling and purpose for our life? And if we have a purpose, then automatically the obstacles, how to overcome with the problems, and how you get so much of energy to work in a forward direction, and everything will be like in a place after some time. So this is my suggestion, that if you have identified your calling and the purpose, everything will fall in place after some time. People will come along in your way, and you should not feel like disheartened and given up. So in this manner, that we can go together actually. And now these days, like I'm very happy that every woman is helping each other. And also the male counterparts. So my professor R.K. Srivastav is here, and I'm really encouraging him, that he always encouraged me to do the good science. And we are collaborating in the like in different projects also. So in this manner, that all the females and all the scientists and their male counterparts, if we can go together, we can create a very big impact in the society that will last in a long way.
Right. Thank you so much, Suphiya ma'am. I think whatever you said made a lot of sense, because art and science are both the different fields, but when we work together, it brings a lot of sense to the people also. So even through this conversation, we are trying to reflect how all the women in the Wiki platform is working, and we are trying to get to know them, how they are balancing the work and being a woman, how they are balancing their life. So it was so good to hear from you. I would like to call Mansi ma'am to take it from here and continue. Thank you.
Thank you, Anubhuti, for starting the conversation. And Suphiya, I think me and you can go on for hours when we want to talk about life and inner calling, and even science for that matter. But wonderful to have you here, and even just talk candid and not really take hard science so seriously when we are into this conversation. But I understand that you do wish to give a short presentation about your work. So maybe this is good time that we get your presentation on board, and then I will ask few questions on leadership, because you really laid out very well the idea of networking and partnering, and how we can hand hold of each other. So maybe after your presentation, we take on the questions on leadership. Would you like to give your presentation now, or we continue the conversation?
Kindly allow me to present my.
You should be able to share, I think. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. visible.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I would like to talk about my own story, how my water research lab like develops or converted the lab leads to the formation of an spin-out company, that is the Dumplings Water Technologies Private Limited, and how it is originated. And during the commercialization, what are the do's and don'ts? Because most of the people are working on different aspects of the sciences. So I will cover both the arts and the science aspect of developing the commercialization technologies. So first of that, I am developing the, or mainly working on the development of the affordable defluoridation technology. And the this Rumblings Water Technology is a spin-out company that is originated from my own research center, that is the Center for Excellence, Water and Energy at the Banasthali University. So from in my today's talk, I will be talk about the art sides and as well as the science sides also, because for any commercialization, you need both the skill sets. For the art science, you have an entrepreneur mindset, and for like a scientist, like a mindset scientist and professor. So how you converted your technologies to the business. So there should be a very good blend of your mind who could work as a scientist as well as the entrepreneurs. And being as on the art side, you should also know, being as a leader, that how to retain the best talents in your teams and how to make your team as a very diverse team. Because being as a scientist, we are dealing with the only the R&D person. But when you go into the commercialization aspect, you have to work hard and you have to work on the different aspects and you have to make a very diverse team for the successful execution of the projects. And it's not so easy. The leader should be very like having a vision in their mind, as well as some having a knowledge to retain the best talents from the diverse backgrounds, and how to write the business grants and how you make your companies the investor ready. And they mainly the problems dealings with the academic spin-outs. And we are if we are like flip-flop the other side as well as the science sides. So we should understand what are the different technologies readiness levels, and the different story of the different spin-outs, and how you could write not only the R&D grants, but how could write the business grants for the commercialization aspect. And many scientists fall in trap at this stage, because we are very successful in writing the R&D grants, but when there is a question of writing the business grants, there is some sort of different skill sets are needed, and there is a huge learning in that process also. And one should also aware about that what are the funding available for the technologies and technology developments and different kind of things and problems when you are facing in this time, especially in the sciences. So it is a technology part. So when you deal with both the aspects, you could be very successful in the commercialization aspects. So my own story is the story of many women entrepreneurs. So it is a story of failures, frustration, but many successes and the triumphs too. So I'm nurturing the woman scientist to become an entrepreneur, a new way to go. So this is story of the this story is a story of the woman scientist as well as the scientist who want to become an entrepreneur. So a new way to go. So from this slide, I belong to the Banasthali University, which is the world largest residential women university. And it trains the women in the every walks of their life, and it creates the women leaders actually. So from this slide, I would like to take you 17 years back when I have joined this university. So what I've seen that most of the people in the surrounding region suffered from the problem of the dental and the skeletal fluorosis. And I've observed the pain of the young people that they have to go to the knee replacement before the age of the 40. And my own daughter Sami has also developed the dental fluorosis, and that bounds me to think that what's the problem exists with the fluoride that could not been solved by the existing technologies and most of the government programs available at that time. And I took in the 2010 as my research question, and I found that the fluoride is not a local problem, it's a global problem. And around the world, around 200 million people severely suffered from the problem of the fluoride contamination. And in India, around 66 million people suffered from the problem of fluoride contamination. And in Rajasthan itself, the place where I belong, the more than 45 lakhs people severely suffered from the problem of fluoride contamination. So what is the problem with the fluoride? The fluoride is a double-edged sword, and it is required for a body up to 1.5 mg per liter. Its excess amount is toxic. And secondly, its ionic size is so small that it could pass through the many times from the RO membrane also. And it's mainly depends upon the input water quality. Water is an issue, like the fluoride levels are changing 100 to 100 meter range, and it's available in the ionic and the non-ionic forms. And there is no technology available in the world that could solve and maintain the level of the fluorides. That is the biggest issue. So what I find that all the available technologies at that time, whether it is the ion exchange, electrodialysis, ultrafiltration, phytoremediation, and the reverse osmosis, these technologies for fluoride remediation from water are costly and complex and still not satisfactory. So at that time, it's required further modification. So I have started my own research, and I got the grants, luckily, from the Government of India and MHRD funds. And we have started in 2013-14 the water-related research, that the development of the nano-absorbents and the sensors, and development of the nanophytoremediation technologies, and detections of the different toxicants in the water. And luckily, at this stage, I can say that out of all these 3 aspects, 8 technologies from my lab at the different level of the commercialization, and we have patented, we have 7 patents, and these technologies are the different level. So for any basic researcher, we have started our research from a very early, with the normal grants, and we will be able to publish in a very high impact papers. And we started that on the mapping of the fluoride, and we have found out that the prosopis fluoride is a green solution for the fluoride contamination. And meanwhile, we have worked on the GIS and the in-depth knowledge about the different mapping, because we have found that without this knowledge, we cannot make a very good, profound fluoride remediation technology. We need to be in so depth for this. And meanwhile, we have worked to solve this problem. We have to go for the nanotechnology. So all this, we have worked hard on the genetics of the hyperaccumulation and the phytoremediation technologies. And we have addressed many basic questions of the sciences, that how we could improve the heavy metal removal efficiency and speed up the processes. Is microbe, nanoparticle, or any nanomaterials affect the plant biomass growth parameters, and how to make the systems and the process very sustainable. So we address many questions, and till now that our lab has published, this is 87, more than 100 papers, and average impact of my lab is like 4.5, and we have patented many 7 technologies. So one day that one of my PhD scholar came to me, because ideas stuck when you are walking in a corridors, or we are sitting with your PhD scholars or anyone else, and ideas can come anytime. So she came to me that, ma'am, we are suffering from the leaching of the nanomaterials, what we could do. So I have given one solution to her, that why not we could make a tea bags solution for it. And luckily, this idea we could implement it at a scientific scale, and we have validated this idea. And this tea bags like pouches we have developed for the removal of water, and as well as for the tea. And this idea and this research has been published in the scientific reports, and this idea catches wide media attention when I publish this paper. So this is the time when my PhD scholars are matured enough, and my lab is getting the postdoc. And 2 of my postdoc, who are the female researchers, came to me that due to their family problems and the marriages, she cannot move forward, and she request me, okay, ma'am, do something for us. So this is the right, that was the time when I think that this idea has a huge potential. Why I should not write the big grants and all kind of things, and go for the further commercialization, and could create the opportunities for the different women scientists during the way. And luckily, in this manner, that the drumlins water technologies, and we have started our first commercialization journey. And And this came out with the Drumlins Water Technologies Private Limited and its mission to make the India a fluoride-free country in the next 3 to 5 years. With a more co-founder by a student like Suphiya Khan, she is a very good expertise in the business part and aspects. And all of my team is like postdoc, and some are working in the sales and marketing and all parts. And we have make a very good team. And we recruit the person who has come out from my own lab, and we are luckily we have been able to give them the jobs, you can say. So initially this in this manner that Drumlins has started. So we have find out by all the hard works was we have put in from many scientists, many PhD scholars, many PhDs, we came out with a very good defluoridation, smart universal defluoridation nanorod that is equipped with the sensor, and we are at technology readiness level 7, and we have make a very complex design for this process. So the from the prototype stage, we have just crossed from the 200 ml to 300 ml water pouches to the 500 liter of the tanks, and we are constantly upgrading our removal efficiency for the water tanks too. So the idea is that one day we will design our product that could be fit in the water tanks, and when you open the tap, that you will get the pure water which is mineral rich and the fluoride free, and it would not release the brine in the environment and do not release any toxic. So it saves a lot of water if we compare. So our technologies do not require the uniqueness, do not require water and electricity for the operations. It is affordable and easy to maintain and simple to install. It is single point of use, and we could just adopt, we could use water tanks at a very simple to install. It is sensor equipped and user friendly, and we have just taken care of a lot of things about the regenerations of the nanomaterials so that we could use these nanorods for a very longer period of time. So our technologies, this I've already told that it is a dip adsorption based, it is membrane free, no electricity, reusable and scalable up to the community levels, and it removes both the ionic and the free fluoride, brown fluoride, and it is cost effective. So we are at the current stages, like we have product validations we have already done at the 200 houses of the Banasthali Vidyapeeth, and we have raised funds to the different R&D grants. And in 2002, we have launched this small nanorods first, and we have submitted, we are in the process to raise the funds to the angel investors, and 2023 which is going, and we are targeting that the we could launch a very good product that is a single point of water purification that not only removes the fluoride but all the other heavy metals and the other ions. This is very challenging task, and I am at we are struggling to get the funds at this stage, because for any technology development, when you are at technology readiness level 7, it's very difficult to get the funds from the different angel investors if you do not have any sales tractions. So this is the challenging stages when you are on the movement of move on the commercialization journey. But again, I am telling you have to change your strategy. Your goal should be clear in your mind from 0 to which stage you want to go. So my aim is very clear that I want to make this technology up to the 9 level, and my students will take care forward the another remaining part of it, and then I will be the mentoring of this part. So this this company is the company for the students mainly. They will get benefited from this company and will take surely to the next level. So all the listeners, all the who are listening to my story, that from a journey from a science to technology, I can say it takes 15 to 20 years, but it is worth to move on, because during this process of commercialization, what you become is very important. Because what I have realized that during the past 1819 to 2020, although there is a very tough part, though I have struggled a lot, but I learned a lot. There is a huge amount of growth involved in that. I learned the language of the business also. I learned the language of the investors also. So what you become in the process is very, very important. So it's worth to move on. And when you look back your journey. And when you have developed any product, process, very good product for the society that could be easily deployed by so many persons and create many opportunities, it gives you a lot of satisfaction. So what you want from your life, that you have to decide it, but ready to give your 15 years into it. So if you are ready to give your 10 to 15 years in the any big technology or any development of the technology, it's worth to move on. There is no need to fear of all this, because now these days there are a lot of opportunities. It was not like the time of ours when I telling that it takes 20 years, but now I can curtail it. It depends upon the technology, it depends upon the product also, what type of product you are developing. Maybe it can develop in 6 months to 10 years. And if your product is like high demanding, if you're cutting edge, it can take like 15 years for the proper commercialization. So all we have gone through, like from the most of the researchers are at this stage for the R&D, basic research, applied research, and the technology development part. But the second, the product development part is very, very crucial. And you have to develop a product in a very specific mindset. So prototype development, bench scale products. And then once you develop the product, then the second stage is the process development and the scale up. That also take very big part of you. And then the engineering and construction. And finally, it came out. So all this process required a lot of money, a lot of challenges, but it was to move on. So the most of the challenges when I faced that we do not have a missing role models. We do not have professors very successful who run their own startups companies. So when I have started, there is no role model. And to establish at your own institution and all the things, it was not so not very common thing actually, that professors are doing all these things. And the most important thing, aapke peer group wale bhi jo hai, they always question. Everywhere there is a questions about yourself and all those things. So now these days, most of the awareness are coming. And the second most things, you've been questioned by your family, your peers, and your ecosystem, many things. So first, आपकी family आपसे question पूछेगी कि आप ऐसा क्यों कर रहे हैं? Why you are putting your heart, mind, and soul into this? Your friends also. So ये सबसे बड़ा चैलेंजिंग, इफ यू आर आपकी इनर कॉलिंग अगर आप करते हैं, and if you are moving on that, there is no need to give answer to anyone. You have to be answerable to yourself only, and you have to follow your own heart in your own journey. So I followed my own heart in my own journey. So there are some challenges like I have already mentioned. So what I have learned during this journey is that most of the researchers should think when they started their journey. So whenever you think about the commercialization, so my experience that unless you launch, you never learn. जब तक आपने लॉन्च नहीं किया होता, आप उसमें कूदे नहीं होते, तब तक आप तैरना नहीं सीखेंगे. तो आपको कूदना पड़ेगा उस चीज के अंदर. एंड अ ग्रेट आइडिया इज अ वेरी पावरफुल वेपन. अगर आपका प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट स्पेसिफाइड है, करेक्ट है, 50% प्रॉब्लम आपकी सॉल्व है. प्रॉब्लम कंप्लीटली जिस कमर्शियलाइजेशन जर्नी के अंदर आप चल रहे हैं, अगर आपका प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट ही सही नहीं है, तो बाकी आगे चीजें सही नहीं होगी. And look at your idea, your target market, and yourself very objectively, and be flexible to optimize the things, and build a product that is a need, not they want actually, because for the water there is a need. So if you work on the need of the people, you will be successful. And launch the company. That's the most important part I have learned in my journey, that launch the company when the product is ready. You develop the product with the different R&D government grants, but you should launch the company before the prioritization, because it is very taxing, or it gives a lot of tension and develops a lot of stress too. Once the no revenue is coming and you have to give it to the team, you have to retain the team. So it's very taxing. So my suggestion is to all of you that launch the company when the product is ready. Sorry. And already most of the things we have already discussed, that we should develop the diverse team, and we should follow the system and process like HR policy, IP at a very early stage of the inception. चाहे आपके पास 2 लोग ही हैं या 3 या 4 हैं, लेकिन we need a good policy. Do not burn the bridges, and you never know who will come back to you in the future. And always think that you are and who will be your clients, and under promise, over deliver, and think globally but act locally, and understand your competitors very well. And your customers are everything, so their needs are according to it your product could be like you can optimize. So these are the HR side, like the hard sides that also we should keep in your mind when you are developing your product. So being as a scientist, what are the like essential steps when you are designing the product? So I recommend that your product, when you are at the developmental stage, you should adopt the 6-layer model stage. 6-layer model is what? Like you have to characterize your technology using 6-layer model and decide which components are relevant to your propositions. Develop all the chosen components, understand the implications of your choices, and just combine it how they work together. So all this technology characterization at every level, like the base technology, what could be your base technologies are like fundamental building blocks, and how we could be aggregate with the other technologies with our base technologies, and by adding all this, how we could develop our platform technologies, and can we add some applications and tools into it, what products we want to build on these data sets. Can we incorporate the data because these are days all the things like AI or big data and all these things. So can we store all these data for the improvement of our product? And we should also think about the services too, that integration of the product and associated services. And these all things we should think prior to it, actually, not in the way. So in this process that we are developing our product, and we have progressed so far, and we have received so many of the awards and like recognitions by many scientific agencies, and like big grants, Oxford Chevening Fellowship, and NASA Reliance Platinum Jubilee Award for this award. So in this manner, I have also raised the 10 million INR for the company's grant also. And like so many of the innovation award, this technology has got. So we have featured about the top 75 women entrepreneur in the coffee table book in BIREC. And not only we are doing the development part, but we are disseminating our knowledge in the surrounding area by conducting so many of the workshops regarding the fluoride. And we went to the schools and educate them regarding the fluoride problem, as well as the products that we are developed. So this is the part of it, and this is the like the project. Professor R.K. Srivastava was with us, and we are working with this Water Innovation Center. And this center pilot facility has been developed at the PDEU, where Dr. Anurag Mudgal is the coordinator of this project. And we are working, this is the pilot scale facility. And so we are working on this. And as the part of all our side activities, we just doing all this in our like nearby schools, villages, and as well as I used to perform the radio talks also. So always I have said in my talks that be like water, because I belong to the water. I wrote a poem on the water because I am from the water research lab. So we must follow the philosophy of the water, because it is a hidden treasure if you look in that way. As in flows, as like water, it follows the path which is unexplored. In hurdles, it finds its own way. In peace, it stays grounded, and it being flows to the depth. In confrontation, it stays gentle, and in action, it aligns to the timing. And be like water in life, humble, flexible, and be with the continuous flow. What we can learn from it, like the be like water, that's a very powerful line, and we should learn from it. And my special thanks to all my lab members on my funding agencies, especially Banasthali Vidyapeeth, who has given me the platform to reach up to this level. And my journey has continued till now. And I hope and I want to join hands with all the partners, co-founders with us, so that we can move forward with more exciting results and like could do a very good work. And I need your blessings always, that one day I could launch a very powerful product that just yeah, it gives you a revolutionized product that gives a like a huge impact in the society. It's my dream, and without your whole support and wishes, I've not been able to achieve that. So join hands with me, because it's my mission of my life and I need all your support to go ahead with this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Suphiya. Thank you so much for really taking us through your life journey, but along with it, the journey of fluoride-free India, which you are really on a mission into, and very powerful and very inspiring life you have. And may you actually continue doing that. When you were mentioning a few things, I thought I will just do a very informal interaction with you after this presentation. Follow your heart, definitely, and also just stick to your mission goals and what you want to do. But importantly, you have repeatedly said in your presentation the role of team members, the networks, the partnerships, and even towards the end, you were talking about it, that join hands and bring it together and all. Uh, because you have been working in the water sector for nearly 2 decades now, and I'm sure when we started, I mean, we know that how meager the population, women population was in the water sector, which has changed dramatically now. Now there are many more women, and now when we are actually part of the network, we realize that there are so many more women who have these wonderful journeys. Earlier we were into our solo journeys, but through the network we come to know each other's journey very well. But yours is a classic case among the large number of women I know in the country, who you qualify as a perfect leader, researcher, scientist, as well as a good mother and human being and professor for that matter. When we see a person like your stature, who is already a leader in her own merits by all means, do you think that we can really build many, many women leaders in the society? Because you may have realized that we actually require many more women leaders who can be really strong enough to take things head on. Because we have very good women professionals, but you really showed it, the journey, how from a scientist or a professor, the journey of becoming entrepreneur. And now my concern or my wish will be that people like Suphiya Khan really takes another step further and becomes a leader and really goes that step as well. But let's say one step at a time. And you raised very important points. You presented very well what all things need to be taken care and all. But I want to bring your notice to your experience of Pan India. Why do you think that women are unable to take that extra step out of profession and jump into the leadership mode? I mean, there are wonderful women who are professionally doing absolutely marvelous. What is that extra step required for getting into the leadership shoes?
So there is a very simple thing. If you understand leadership, leadership is just like mother. You have to take care of the people, and people will take care of your organization, your team. You can lead by it, because when you care for the people from your own heart, you are selfless and all kind of things. When you are doing something for them, you have to stretch out, because life just everyone is living their own life. I can say, like, we are also living our own life. We want to make ourselves better person, but during the process of it, are we make small steps to help the other female scientist or woman who could really like benefited by your experiences? So one thing is that you have to give back first, most thing. And the question that you ask, the extra step, most of the people found trapped in the excuse mode, actually. excuses more, that this is not that my family is not supporting, my husband is like not giving me support, and I was to work on that, and blah blah, so many of the things. And I have already because I have an experience to nurture the female scientist, I have been closely associated with this female university. I understand the needs of a female scientist also, and I used to tell them, if you do not take first step, nobody will help you actually, whether it is in your family, whether it is your professional front. So my first suggestion always, when I just mentoring my all the female students, always come out with your excuses zone. Take simple small steps. If you don't show your courage, if you don't show your commitment, if you don't show your passion, your family will not support you first. And at the professional level, your mentors and all the things will not support you. So first we need to see that for doing the bigger things, you should change yourself actually. That's the most important thing. By doing only the simple things, you will not get there actually. And always criticizing and always blaming the society, that's also not very true, I can say. If you have a courage, you can make a change, be the change that you want to see. So you need a lot of courage actually. And wherever you're, because in my case also, I have been raised in a Muslim family, small, and I also got married, and also like I have two kids. I have also gone through many of the social implications. But when my husband see my passion, my husband, like my family, my mother-in-law, my father-in-law, all they see that there's something in me, they start supporting me. And first, for a female, you have to care for them first, then they will care for you. So you start with the just with a motherly instinct and a female instinct, that you should take care for the people actually, whether it is a home or it is in the profession. So there is no better definition of leadership. If you can be like a mother, you can be a very big leader actually, you can, I can say, because you have to forgive the people, you have to big heart, you have to love the people selflessly, and you have to give it back. So these are the things that the leader must have actually. And if they have all these things, I think that things move on actually, people change and they join hands with you, and everything will fall in place after some time.
I think you put it very simply and very strongly that mother is the best example of being a good leader, you know, and so it means that we have leaders in every house, and now we are talking about leaders who can represent water matters. We can also change the dynamics of representation of women in the water sector, because by the global average we still not really fair enough to have as many women in the water sector as we should. I hope then if Banasthali becomes such a good example for us, we need more Banasthalis across the country. Of course, we need more Suphiya Khans. To be honest, the number of women I know in water sector, you are such a strong person in the sense that not only carrying things the way you would like to, but the clarity of thought is also required. Apart from doing these multitasking, of doing science, teaching, and entrepreneurship, and knowing the nuances of it, along with taking your colleagues together, which I think is an important, characteristic of being a good leader, that your colleagues feel that it is their work. As you were mentioning in your presentation, that the younger generation is going to take things further into much advanced stage, where you are aiming for the stage 7 of your product. But I hope that in your leadership, we in the country actually become fluoride free, which is a serious problem in the country after arsenic. This is the second most problem when we look at water. But coming to Suphiya back again, I would like to know a little bit more about Suphiya from here, because as you have so many patents and products going on and you're targeting to make India free of fluoride, what do you think, what are the other burning issues where more women are required in the water sector? I mean, personally, I feel engendering water itself is a main task to do, where we are doing this work, women in water. Anyway, if women are there more in number, we can solve water problem more, because again, this motherly instinct of women and all those. What are the other more sectors where women can really join and really think water as a profession, which is not still seen as a profession, you know?
Yeah, Mansi, I completely agree with you because you can see our journey also and your wiki journey and all because the W4W Foundation and these are very like it's started now. Now I'm seeing the changes with all many women are joining and now people are working for the water and we have just make a very sound group for the female worker who are working in the water sector in a different domains. So we will disseminate this information to a bigger level. At every level, what I find, suppose I am from belong to the innovation ecosystem, so I should spread my words in other in my students, in my other colleagues and all. So they will take water as their career. So you can see that in my lab that most of the people who have done the PhD under me, they have taken the water as their research career and they are like some are entrepreneurs too. In some like I'm happy that they have taken a different journey, but I'm proud of them. What they did actually, they are able to take decisions because whatever I trained the females because what I find that they are not been able to take the decision at the right time at the right stage, and this is the most crucial step actually. So now these days, women are taking decisions very wisely and they are adopting their careers as well as, and they will joining hands in the water also. So this whole ecosystem is moving like growing and nurturing and maturing actually, especially in the water. And with your efforts, the people who are working in the water mainly, or there are a lot of I can say they are like startups and there is an incubation centers especially in the water has came out. So this clearly depicts out that they are addressing the all the water challenges also. So like so many of the sustainability centers like ICCW also in IIT Madras and all the small, there are all several other also places, the water sustainability centers have been developed. So all this mature, when this mature, we will see the huge changes in the society, huge changes in the society. And the next important is this, I'm talking about the intellectual level, that many women who are at the like rural women especially, and I have seen the surrounding areas where we need more NGOs to work with it. And suppose I have to create the fluoride awareness, we want people like you to join hands with us. And like a lot of awareness we need for, so what the major thing, what I thinking, Mansi, we need collaborations actually. We need to join hands with each other and then disseminate the knowledge, and automatically then more people will join, more people will learn. And during this way, a lot of opportunities will come out for the female scientists, for the rural women, for the, especially for the women. And they will be empowered actually, I can say. When you have just open one startup, you will create a lot of opportunities. When you have developed one technology, and when you scale up, there are thousand number of the jobs you are creating. So in this manner, more people will join actually. And when there is one or two successful example in front of us, so there more people will join, I can say. And we need to step in India, what we need actually, we need good role models, Mansi. We need good role models so that our younger generation, good role models. Okay, I want to become like her. If she has crossed all the hurdles, I would be like it, like her. So that's the spirit we need more that. And I'm sure that more people will join this like in the water, and not only as their passion, but more opportunities as they are coming. So they certainly they will adopt all these things. And the most important crucial thing that we are now maturing, but we need join hands with each other to move forward, and not in working in the silos. We have to just make it more rigorous. And because everyone is doing good, because at your level you are doing so good, and you have just know many people who are working in the water diamonds, they are also doing so good. And you are doing so wonderful, Mansi, that you have created a platform that all the water professionals are at single platform. And that's a huge like game changer, I can say. Because we have a list of, you have a list of it. You know that the country, what country demands actually, and you know the diverse people, and you are able to take it on one single platform. And I'm like very, very proud of you and your work actually, that whatever you are doing, that's really, really great. And I would like to congratulate you and Anubhuti also here, and your whole team actually, who is doing this kind of work. And that's the high need of an hour, and whatever help you need from my side, I'm happy to deliver that.
Thank you. I think the whole idea, and you rightly placed, is collaboration and, dissemination of that. This is what is required in the society, and that we are trying to do through the work. But my key takeaway from your conversation today is definitely being a leader is like being motherly, and that's most important. And collaboration is definitely the second part. And I think as a leader, the key takeaway from your speech is, we have to really take that first step and learn to take decisions and stand by the decision, come what may. And then things will fall in place. People will support once they know. We have to also see the pagalpan of the passion, to make you bring it into the profession. And that's very much applicable in your case. And I think that's required. I mean, the way we are trying to connect each woman, we are seeing how passionately they are working. And it's just now a platform where we all can talk to each other, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning, the art side and the science side. And unless and until the marriage of both happens, we are really just close to making impact in the society. So I think we have to work together a lot in the long run. Maybe I just take quick question if there is any from anyone, or else I will do the last one. Anubhuti or Dr. Srivastav, would you like to ask anything to Suphiya?
Yeah.
Go ahead, sir.
First of all, I congratulate Professor Suphiya Khan for giving very informative and nice lecture regarding her journey. And I hope everyone will try to follow her path, because there is always two phases of coin. But she mentioned that somewhere she is facing some problems, but her goal is clear. And that goal is remove fluoride from the water, so that the human population, animal population, can be protected and can be saved. So really very informative and a very good presentation by Professor Suphiya Khan. And again, thanks to W Foundation and Wiki and other organizations for providing this type of information. And I request the organizer to keep catch hold to Professor Suphiya Khan. You don't leave her. She is a very good resource, knowledgeable person, yeah, master in all field for the society, for the other. And I would like to leave because I have another engagement at 6. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.